Heard a voice telling you to run for president? Ever heard another voice telling you to go down to the CVS while not wearing pants? And our number one story in the countdown, Congresswoman Michele Bachmann hears voices that enable her to dance around the idea of running for president. Meantime, in a different career trajectory, the disgraced former Republican Majority Leader Tom DeLay will soon appear on Dancing with the Stars. That is a pun. Ms. Bachmann first, WorldNet Daily asked her in an exclusive interview whether she might want to run for the presidency. And her answer, if I felt that's what the Lord was calling me to do, I would do it. When I have sensed that the Lord is calling me to do something, I've said yes to it, but I will not seek a higher office if God is not calling me to do it. That's really my standard. If I am called to serve in that realm, I would serve, but if I'm not called, I wouldn't do it. Call collect. We do know that Mr. DeLay got a call to dance. He'll be on Dancing with the Stars this fall. The New York Times gently described that as a show where, quote, the contestants are usually athletes and entertainers, most of them heading towards professional obscurity who are looking for a boost in their careers. Not having yet reached that point, but only this one, the countdown stage of one's career, here's Paul F. Tompkins, comedian. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Keith.
All right, resolve this one for me from the get-go. George Bush hears God telling him to, run for president or invade Iraq, and he becomes president or invades Iraq, and Michele Bachmann anticipates hearing God tell her to run for president or not, and she'll base her decision on that. If you hear a voice telling you that you're the next center fielder of the Yankees, they send you to a hotel room with rubber walls. Why the difference?
Yeah, I guess people always just take people's word for it when it's God, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I guess they're afraid to make a wrong call in that department. They want to give God the benefit of the doubt because it's sort of like you're saying God's a liar, I suppose, if you call somebody crazy for saying that God talked to them. It's very Old Testament, I'm hoping that it's, in Michele Bachmann's case, it might be one of those Abraham-like tricks where God tells her to run for president and then in the last minute says, no, don't. That was just a test.
And still, in this world of the birthers and the Death Eaters, and there have been stranger things than Michele Bachmann running for president when and if she hears a voice in her head, have there not?
Well, if you suppose that there are stranger things than Michele Bachmann running for president, then you need to go back to supposing school because there aren't. I think that no matter what God tells her, the capabilities of crackpots to mobilize on that grand a scale, I think, will be sorely tested.
I don't know. Again, I'm getting something in here telling me that I am the next center fielder for the Yankees, not you. So I'm heading up to the stadium right now to get my uniform. This unintentionally humorous lead on Ms. Bachmann from WorldNet Daily described her as, quote, one of the leading defenders of liberty and conservative principles on Capitol Hill. This was the same person who thought that the AmeriCorps that her son joined was full of re-education camps and doesn't want anybody to fill out the census because that could, lead to some sort of implant in your brain or something. What would her signature issue be?
Well, she might try to improve America's relations with North America.
Good.
I don't know. I think that she might tell people, look, you don't like being told what to do, but you do like being told what to think. So I'm your candidate.
That's right. And my running mate, as he said, invisible man standing next to me. Let's go look at Mr. DeLay. This guy was pushed out of the House, charged with conspiracy, campaign finance violations. So the dance thing would be like a step up from where he is right now, correct?
Yeah, well, look, does the word disgraced not mean anything anymore? Why do we bother having words if they just cease to have a meaning anymore? Like, how are they going to get around, the idea of how he's famous on Dancing with the Stars? Are they going to mention the attempted disenfranchisement of black voters in Texas, or are they just going to kind of gloss over that and call him the Hammer?
But that raises the point of how he'll win, right? Because he'll just redistrict any of the other voters judges who might vote for the other pseudo-celebrities?
Well, he's out of luck there because I think that, especially in Texas, they always just vote for the football player.
And he's up against another one, Michael Irvin this time. Talk about, that's the end of the road right there. Comedian Paul F. Tompkins, still a bean rather than a has. And thanks for being that, and thanks for being with us tonight.
God bless you, Keith.
That's countdown for this, the 2,300th day since the previous president declared mission accomplished in Iraq. I'm Keith Olbermann. That's the news. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.